Leadership styles refer to the behavioral approach employed by leaders to influence, motivate, and direct their followers. A leadership style determines how leaders implement plans and strategies to accomplish given objectives, while accounting for stakeholders' expectations and the well-being and soundness of their teams. Hi, myself Dr. Rita Singh Rathore, and today's topic is types of leadership styles. A leadership style adopted by any leader is usually a combination of their personality, life experiences, level of emotional intelligence, family dynamics, and the way of thinking. Thus, leaders should be able to understand their leadership style in relation to a combination of traits listed above and determine how best they can be more effective. Because effective leadership can more to do with leadership style. Hence, a leader's ability to take charge and know whether a situation requires an executive decision or a more consultative one is vital. So that's why according to the situation, different type of the leadership styles would be there which will be adopted by the leader. Understanding one's leadership style allows leaders to take ownership control and responsibility for the size and the scope of the task ahead. So in the further slides, I'll explain you the types of the leadership style. How many types of the leadership styles are there? According to the work requirement, a leader may adopt the skills. Number one, transformational leadership style. What is a transformational leadership style? It's a management philosophy that encourages and inspires employees to innovate and develop new ways to grow and improve the path to a company's future success. While using this method, executives give trusted employees the independence to make decisions and support new problem-solving approaches. And it is a very vital to intellectually challenge those you lead. Consider each of their individual ideas carefully, motivate them, and serve a positive role model. For example, you should be willing to do whatever it is you require to your team. And the transformational leaders know how to encourage, how to inspire and motivate employees or the team members to perform in ways that create meaningful change. And the result is an engaged workforce that is empowered to innovate and help shape an organization for the future success. So that's why multiple benefits are there for the transformational leadership style. It has been associated with various positive outcomes for the leaders, for the followers and the organizations. And these benefits include increased commitment, loyalty and trust from followers, as well as enhanced performance, productivity and the quality. Like, for example, Steve Jobs. He is a co-founder of Apple and was known for his visionary leadership style, while inspiring his team to create innovative products that transform the technology industry. So that's why transformational leadership style is very powerful and very useful in the current scenario. In the leadership style, the next one is a transactional leadership style. What is a transactional leadership style? It is also known as a managerial leadership style, because where leaders rely on rewards and the punishment to achieve optimal job performance from their subordinates. Maybe they may get some reward like the promotion, as a punishment, maybe the termination as per their work performance. And during the time of the emergency or the crisis situations can benefit from the transactional leadership. If everyone needs to band together and get a short-term goal done quickly, that time you may use this leadership style. And this form of the managerial leadership style or the transactional leadership style works best if a team needs to execute on a problem rather than iterate on possible situation. And the main characteristics of this leadership style is to oppose to change, focused on the short-term goals, favor structures, policies and the procedures, try to following some of the rules and doing things very clearly. And the best example of the transactional leadership style is Bill Gates, because suppose that in a sales team, a manager offers performance-based bonuses to motivate a salesperson to meet their targets. So during this time also you may use a transactional leadership style. So this is a very beneficial, and every organizational leader should adopt the skills of the transactional leadership style when there is a target of the sales. In the leadership style, next is a servant leadership. So what's the meaning of the servant leadership style? It's based on the idea that leaders prioritize serving the greater goods. Leaders with this style serve their team and organization first. They keep priority to others. They don't prioritize their own objectives. So employees in a servant leadership environment are more likely to feel that their voices are heard, like the someone is there to care for them. And you may be a servant leader if you motivate your team, have excellent communication skills, personally care about your team, not professionally only, and you encourage collaboration and engagement and commit to growing your team professionally. And servant leaders have the capacity to boost employee loyalty and the productivity. So this is the current example of the servant leadership today in the current scenario is a Fred Smith, who is the CEO of the FedEx, because he believes that when individuals are placed first, they will provide the best possible service, and profits are a natural outcome. Smith is a true servant leader who believes that pleased employees lead to happy customers, which in turn makes a profit for his company. So first priority is to please your employee. Or we may take another example of the servant leadership in the global level is Nelson Mandela. He is a former president of the South Africa and a key figure in the fight against apartheid. And Mandela's life and the leadership exemplified the principle of servant leadership through his dedication to his people, his emphasis on unity and reconciliation, and his unwavering commitment to justice and equality. So these type of the leaders are there, those keep priority others, all the things, and they keep their objective secondary. So these type of the leaders are the servant leadership styles. So if there is some requirement in your organization to adapt these skills, that time you may use it. Now it's the autocratic leadership style, which is also known as authoritarian leadership. In this leadership style, which is characterized by individual control over all decisions and little input from the group members. So where the others would not have much power to take decisions, and these leaders typically make choices based on their own ideas and judgments, and rarely they accept the advices from the followers or the other team members. So it's a management style wherein one person controls all the decisions and takes very little input from the other group members, and these leaders make choices or the decision based on their own belief, that what they know, what is their belief system, what they think and what they plan, and do not involve any other for their suggestions or the advice. And in the currently we may take the example of the Bill Gates and the Steve Jobs or the Elon Musk. They all are the example of the autocratic leadership style. And it is a very sometimes this leadership style is very beneficial, but sometimes maybe some disadvantages also, because as everywhere these are some of the pros and cons. So the pros of this leadership style, autocratic leadership style, is to include quick decision making and define rules and the structures. You may save the time. But the cons of the autocratic leadership style include the leaders being solely responsible for the whole organization, and regarding the morale and the trust of the employees, only one person will be is responsible for that. So in this way, the autocratic leader may promote productivity through delegation. They provide clear, direct communication, and they may reduce the employees' stress by making decisions quickly on their own. But in this style, leadership can also cause stress to the leader itself, because if there is good everything going in a right direction and in a beneficial way, then it is good. But if some problems are there, then he or she has to bear all of the problems on herself while making decisions self. So this is sometimes during the time of the crisis and the situation, like the military commander might employ autocratic leadership to make quick and decisive decisions for the safety of their troops. But sometimes it could be good, and sometimes it could be bad also. So according to the work situation, a leader could adopt the skill that which leadership style the leader will use. If it is a time to choose the autocratic leadership style, that time it will be used. Here the next is a democratic leadership style, which is commonly known by each and everyone. And in this leadership style, or we may say the another name, participative management. Why we call it? Because it actively involves the people being led. And democratic leaders often seek feedback and input from subordinate, and they involve their ideas. What are their ideas and the proposals? And they encourage conversation and the participation in the decision making process also. So here the managers empower people around them and are not concerned with having all the power. They would not take all power with themselves. They give the others. So employees are encouraged to speak up in team meetings and share their ideas. And leaders have an open door policy where employees can approach them for advice and voice concern. They allow every employee to voice their opinion and promote team efforts and collaboration. So in this leadership style that enhances creativity and innovation, because every member gets the chance to give idea and the suggestions. But some of the pros and cons are everywhere. So whereas in the democratic leadership style also, as and the pros, like the it applicable or for almost every business, you may use this style in each and every businesses. And its problem solving ability for the complex issues also, because of the multiple ideas. And it always encourage a creative environment with a strong connectivity between the team members. But it's a time consuming, because of the invitation of the multiple ideas. It will take your time. So it wouldn't be like the organization needs some time to listen other people also, but it will promote creativity. In shared leadership, leaders trust their teams to generate ideas and comes up with a solution. So others peoples will get some opportunity to speak up, to give out ideas, and the inclusiveness will be there, and they will work with the collaboration. So as a project manager gathers input from the team members before making a critical decision on the project direction and considering diverse perspective. So other people of the organization, those are the normal employees or something, they will feel like their opinion matters. And if they are extraordinary, then the manager could come to know about their talents while listening their ideas. So it's a very good democratic style. Next leadership style is a laissez-faire. These leaders allow their followers to have the autonomy to make their own decisions and manage their own desk. They give their team support, guidance, consultation, and training when it's needed. But they trust them to handle the details and the execution of their task and the projects, and during that time they don't intervene over there. And at work, leaders and the supervisors, they stand back and let their employees make decisions and let them set their own deadlines. They don't offer much feedback because they believe on their own the qualities of their subordinates. But because the various advantages are also there for this laissez-faire leadership style, employees practice leadership and independence. They feel independent, and these departments decide faster. And employees use their expertise. Maybe multiple expert people could be there in your organization. If they got the freedom, they use their expertise, and it boosts employee morale also. So this is very good. Laissez-faire style is a very good, but it depends on the work situation. Because and why we need to use this leadership style? Because laissez-faire leadership encourages freedom, and team member feel like they are more independent, they are more productive and the confident, because nobody is there to interfere. To continue holding their own, they feel very bad, and they feel very good, and it allows your team a chance to grow, to be more creative and innovative by getting their hands involved in the multiple tasks, being open up thought and the situation. Because but these type of the laissez-faire leadership style is more applicable in the creativity agencies. Like the leaders might allow their designers the freedom to explore various design approaches for a client project. So this is a type of the example. But during the time of the work executions, the leaders may decide, like during which situation they may adopt this leadership style, because we can't use this leadership style everywhere. Here the next is a charismatic leadership style, whereas in these styles the leaders uses verbal and the non-verbal communication to charm, influence, and the persuade others to help them fulfill their mandate or see things as they do. This type of the leaders makes those around them believe that they can achieve any goal or milestone, even in the face of the adversity. And good leaders should always strive towards the positive outcomes as they guide their team, and the charismatic ones are no exception. People in these leadership roles influence others towards positive change. They inspire others for the growth and learning. They make them learn in the process. And this leadership style is really best because of the charismatic leadership style. It intense commitment to their work. They tend to evoke strong emotions from their followers and the teams. And this encourages devotion, action, and strong problem solving skills. And the charismatic management and the leadership style is similar to transformational leadership style. And whereas some time of the quality should be there, like the person should be mature and will be, very confident with a very positive body language. The person should be a good listener and the attractive personality, because being charismatic draws people to you like a magnet. People who are willing to support you in your endeavors and they believe in what you stand for. So it also helps you get what you want from situation while still being the nice guy. So it's a vital character and trait to develop a kind of the basic life skills. So that's why, for example, the Martin Luther the King, who's a very charismatic leadership, and through this his inspiring speeches and the ability to rally people around the civil rights movement. But in the business, the charismatic leadership style, the person has to be very noble, very magnetic personality should be there. Here, the next leadership style is a coaching leadership style. It is defined by the leader's ability to see the strength and weaknesses of individual team members so that the leader can help each individual grow and succeed. Like some characteristics of the coaching leadership style include the compassion, self-awareness, and the collaboration is there. And for example, in the live example of this leadership style is the CEO of the Microsoft, Satya Nadella. He uses a coaching leadership style to focus on the employees responsible for creating and maintaining Microsoft products and projects. Rather than direct those constituents according to his own vision, he focuses on building a culture of growth within the workplace. So if you put coaching and the style together, you get a definition of coaching style, a person's unique way of working with another individual to help them improve performance and reach their main goal, what they want to get. And in this leadership style is an approach that create a culture of high performance as much as a person can achieve the goal. And in this style, in this culture, basically it is based on the collaboration and the empowerment and the fulfillment. So like in the sports activities also, a sports coach works closely with the athletes to refine their techniques, improve performance, and achieve their full potential. So the main team, all the team members will be guided by the one person in the coaching leadership style. Pace setting is a leadership style where leaders uphold high standards and expectations for their team. Because as a name, the leader sets the pace for their team or organization by putting forward an approach that can be summarized as do, as I don't know. So they will take, this is the type of the pace setting leadership style. They are taking initiatives and steering a project in a right direction, and it is also one of the significant example of the passionate leadership. And passionate leaders are the last person to sit around and wait for their employees to get the job done. They will not interfere in between. And in this style of the leadership, where there is the leader leads from the front and constantly sets high standard for their team and expects them to exceed with the minimal management. And it's when as a manager you set their own target to finish the task, and it sounds intense, and it is. For example, in the school setting is a prime example of the fascinating leadership style, because every teacher has a clear set of the learning objectives that each and every student is their class must achieve. So there is a clear expectations that all the wards need to fulfill all the things. And in the fast paced, we may take an example of it is in a fast paced tech startup. The CEO sets a high performance expectations and constantly deliver top tier work and expecting the same from the employees. Now it's a very interesting leadership style which is called a bureaucratic leadership style, which is based on some of the protocols, some rules and the regulation. And in this leadership style involves following some of the procedures also. So decision making in a bureaucracy is based on such rules and the procedures, and on the other hand, in autocratic leadership a leader has complete autonomy. So those are just contrast, both are just contrast. And bureaucratic leaders delegate responsibilities to employees keeping in mind and scope of their knowledge. And the main advantage of this bureaucratic leadership style is the clear rules, responsibilities and the expectations. In this leadership style has a fixed set of rules, that these are the rules and the regulation they have to follow only in each and every position in the organization. But some qualities are also there with this leadership style. It involves a focus on the expertise of employees, the use of the written documentation, different systems that guide a manager, a clear hierarchy of authority and clear cut roles and the responsibilities are there. And in this leadership styles that favors rigid structure is very rigid to enact efficient systems and the calculability. This organizational structure lets a company run like a machine because employees know their role and the reporting hierarchy. So they can't intervene anywhere, they can't give their suggestion, they have to follow only all the rules. They have to give priority to the orders which are given from the top. For example, in the government agency, a bureaucratic leader follows standardized procedures and the regulations to ensure tasks are carried out systematically. They don't give their own ideas in the bureaucratic leadership style. Now, after explaining all type of the leadership style, this is a time to conclude the leadership style. So, in a leadership style refers to a leader's methods and behaviors when directing, motivating and managing others. A person's leadership style also determines how they strategize and implement plans while accounting for the expectations of the stakeholders and the well-being of their team, because it is all up to the situation of the work area. And however, we can conclude that leadership is the ability to direct a group of people in realizing a common goal. So this is done by people applying their leadership attributes, and the leaders create commitment and enthusiasm amongst followers to achieve goal. And according to all the things, they may adopt any type of the leadership skills. And the most successful leaders are adaptable and capable to adjusting their leadership approach as circumstances evolves. So according to the circumstances in any organization, in any work area, they may adopt the skills according to their team, according to their task to achieve the organization's goal and the spontaneous success of the organization. So this presentation was very wide and the deep because it was relevant to the all type of the leadership styles. So in the present scenario, if you want to be a leader of your organization, you need to know about the leadership style, because somehow you can't go with your own nature and the tone. You have to adapt these all skills to be a successful leader. Thank you.